Hello my dear students. Today we are going to start in Social Studies paper 1 new chapter Industries in India. Industries in India, which means when was the industries are established in India and why industries are established, what are the necessities of the industries. These are the aspects we will study in the today's session of online class. Industries are the second sector things which are established by the Europeans in the several places of our country before independent India, and after independent India there are the several industries which are came by the Industrial Policy Act in Indian own industries. So the industries are basic and very important needs here, where the primary sector in agriculture products, whatever we are producing, that products can be exported to the industries to prepare several types of the products which are needed for the population. So here industries in India, basic necessities for setting up factories. Industries are an essential part of a nation's development. You may recall what you studied in class 7th about the various kinds of the manufacturing processes. The story of the paper industry was one of example. You would have noticed how factories work and about the process of the manufacturing, whether at home, in a small shed or in a large factory. In this chapter, we will learn about how Indian industries have grown over the year and the role of government initiatives in the promoting industries. How Indian industries were grown up, how the Indian industries were developed, and what is the priority was given in the developmental aspects of the Indian industries. So these all the aspects we are studying in this chapter now. India's main industrial activity for a long time was handicrafts, particularly textile goods. Under the colonial rule, barring a few industries, India could not develop a sound industrial base. It did not have the capacity to produce a wide range of goods. Most industrial products had to be imported. After 1947, India began many initiatives to promote industrial activities in the country. One important driving force behind this idea was to become self-sufficient in the meeting our needs and to make the country an industrial developed nation, which means what products were produced in the primary sector that could be transferred in the vehicles. That was the one of the initial industrial change. In very less span of the time, these are the products exported or imported from one place to other place. Products are carried, grains are carried, the various types of the products which are produced by the farmers, these are the products carried and exported to the other areas and exported to the industries. This was the one of the initiative thing. What was given here? Most industrial products had to be imported after 1947, which means when India got independence, after that only most Indian products are exported, where the industrial base is standing here. One important driving force behind this idea was to become self-sufficient in meeting our needs and to make the country an industrially developed nation. For factories, you need machines A modern factory manufacturing cloth, for instance, would use the loom that runs on the electricity as compared to the hand looms. These looms produce a large quantity of cloth in a short time. Similarly, there are complex machines that produce cement, cars, edible oils, etc. To run these machines, all factories require a source of power which is usually electricity. Hence, factories require machines and electricity to run them, which means electricity is also one of the main energy to run the factories where the electricity production is very less at that time. So when the electricity, the providing energy to the industries is developed, where there are also industries were automatically developed, we can calculate that. Further, all the factories needs raw materials from which goods can be produced. For example, steel is required to produce cycles. There are some factories which produce steel sheets from iron or coal. Other factories use these sheets to manufacture steel tubes. Finally, the cycle factories use these steel tubes to manufacture the steel frame for the cycle. Note that the basic source of the steel are raw materials like iron and coal. As in the above example, minerals and ores form the basic source from which various raw materials are required by the factories are produced. So what raw materials are produced by the framework here like iron and steel, that was prepared as the cycles frame, and here raw material where the industry is preparing the frame of a cycle. So that was the raw material of industry, and that can be prepared, that can be modified into the design as required to prepare a cycle frame. So that was demanded here, which is the primary material to prepare a product. As in the above example, minerals and ores form the basic source from which the various raw materials required by the factories are produced. A large number of the goods are produced by the factories that are used by other factories. These are intermediate steps in the chain of the production by many factories before we can get the consumer goods that are directly used by people. Consumer products, which means what? Product was prepared by using the several methods like the primary product, iron and steel, then after it was prepared as the frame, then finally it became the cycle, and it was prepared a cycle which was required to the people to ride the cycle, so that was purchased as the consumers. So where it was kept, and there the people were observed and purchased it. A large number of the goods are produced by the factories that are used by the other factories. These are intermediate steps in the chain of the production by many factories before we can get the consumer goods that are directly used by people. Suppose before we providing one area to another area, suppose one industry to another industry, like consumer manufacturing company can give to the wholesaler will give to the retailers will give to the customers. So like that it will procedure will happen here. So because which was directly selling into the people, which means that can be calculated as here consumer product only. Transportation is needed to bring raw materials to factories and transfer finished goods from them. Trucks, railways and ships are the various means of the transport. For this you require some essential facilities such as a system of roads which are in good conditions and which link a large number of towns and villages. In the country, a system of the transporting material by rail ports which can accommodate a large number of the ships and also organize the loading and unloading from them. So which means at present what road network we are using, instead of that could you initiate any other ideas which can be reached within very less time compared to the road network. So that can be initiated here by the role like transportation inside. When we the transport ways calculate like railways, roadways, airways, waterways, these all the things are under the transportation facilities which are coming, and that another hence the industrialization example to develop a large number of different factories. We have certain basic requirements like the machines, electricity, minerals and ores and transport facilities. Factories producing these essential goods, machines, electricity, minerals and ores, and the transport facilities are basic industries. Basic industries produce essential goods that can form a base to support a large variety of factories, which means a factory prepares steel and that steel is used in the another product. A factory produces electric gadgets, that gadgets are used into the various aspects. A factory prepares the wire bundles, the wire is used in the giving connections. So these are all the cyclical processes are going up in the comparison of the industrialization system. Industrial locations are complex in nature. These are the influenced by availability of raw materials, labor capital, power and markets, etc. It is rarely possible to find all these factors available at one place. Consequently, manufacturing activity tends to be located at the most appropriate place where all the factors of the industrial location are either available or can be arranged at the lower cost. After an industrial activity starts, urbanization follows. Sometimes industries are located in or near the cities. Thus the industrialization and the urbanization go hand in hand. Cities provide the markets as well as services such as banking, insurance, transport, labor consultant and financial advice, etc. to the industry. Many industries tends to come together to make use of the average offered by the urban centers known as the agglomeration economics. Another countries raw materials are used here and other countries using our raw materials in preparation of the any industry, in preparation of the any product. So that is agglomeration period. Most manufacturing units were located in the cities. From the point of view of the overseas trade and such as the Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, etc. Consequently, there emerged certain pockets of the industrially developed urban centers and surrounded by a huge agricultural rural hinterland, which means these all the industrial location is requiring that here where the place without polluting the environment, without damaging the environment reputation, and also the availability of the power, raw materials, labors, these all the aspects are demanding here in the establishment of the industrial locations. So we will continue in the next session of the online class. Agro-based industries, which means which industries are running by only the agriculture products. You have to write keywords and prepare some 1 mark questions until we complete the chapter. By studying this chapter from the in between of the passages, you have to prepare 1 mark questions. That is very necessary while I am checking in your fair notes. Thank you.